How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf. I'm back. Still alive, ain't got me yet. Yeah, I'm going to go and do this mission called Going Postal. It's a bit of an easy one, to be honest. I just wanted to go kind of cruising around. Just got to go to a load of checkpoints on Antonovsky Nature Reserve. And yeah, it was a good excuse to bring the old Tatarin out. Got a goddamn professional with me, of course. Don't leave home without it. Yeah, first things first, got to go to Antonovsky, so pretty simple route. And yeah, like I say, now I've got a Tatarin that's got 450 repair points. You can also pack the loaf, so which you can on lots of trucks now, but I just mean like it will pack on this. You can even pack the loaf at the front of the Tatarin. If it won't let you pack at that point, just take the Tatarin to a bit of a hill, like where its nose is a bit higher, and if your loaf's level is in horizontal or close enough, it'll let you pack. But the reason I was saying that is because the steering can be a bit iffy on this Tatarin, and sometimes when you're sort of almost doing a bit of a wheelie, your tyres don't really dig in or anything, but if you pack the loaf further forward, you can kind of force it to try and keep those tyres in and all that. I just generally put the loaf kind of in the middle, don't really want it at the back where it'll make this thing wheelie, but the Tatarin's like, it's a pretty good vehicle. Well, it is, it's solid. It's like you'll see it driving through the mud and everything. If it went quicker, I'd use it a hell of a lot more. It's, I think for me, part of the reason I don't use it a lot is, one, like I said, the slowness, but it's that good at stuff like this. It just eats its way. Like, it's got special tyres with, like, special stats that I believe are kind of off the charts compared to most other stuff. So, yeah, I just fancied. You see, there's, like, little things, like, when the wheels were lifting up, I didn't get to turn in time to avoid that tree. As someone was saying in the comments, I appreciate it, just sort of saying you can squeeze past these little roadblocks. Again, it's a bit yeah, I personally like the Tatarin to have more turning ability, or as someone said, make it rear steer as well, which I think JBE did with the JBE Tatarin. Yeah, but they were saying like you can drive down these railways, and yeah, to be honest, they're not awkward. I'll have to bring a truck down here because, like I said, this thing is just beast mode as far as grip and everything goes. But yeah, still, cheers for the info. It's pretty sort of fine nipping down there. So either way, I just that bit of road it kind of offers you, where it just makes you lean really far either side. It's just kind of there to set you up. So I certainly want an alternative route to that. But I'll try it a bit more, like I say, in some normal trucks just to see how it goes. So that's one of the things I do like about this map, though. Part of maybe because it's a smaller map, but just things like nipping to Antonovsky. It's like even that Antonovsky hasn't got a garage isn't the end of the world. It's a bit like Quarry isn't too. I don't mind going Quarry because I can go to Zimnogorsk and yeah, I'm 30 seconds or whatever away from the gateway. So there's loads of these checkpoints. I was umming and ahhing about kind of jumping across the gap, but as you can see, all these yellow waypoints, I'm going to kind of do a general lap, follow my way around, and yeah, tick them off the list. I'll be honest, I don't think I have, but because these are like checkpoints that just once you drive over them, they disappear, I can't 100% guarantee I still have every checkpoint. I believe I do, because there's quite a lot there and whatever, but yeah. There's a slight possibility because it's happened on a few other maps where I've already collected one accidentally, kind of just, you know, while I'm exploring and all sorts. In fact, there was a mission on, might have been Factory Grounds actually. There might have been some checkpoints you had to get there, and I remember driving through one of those just as I was. It's probably in like one of the exploration videos. So yeah, cutting through the farm, I decided to go this way around. You can sort of mix and match, do what you like. It seemed like the best route, really. And yeah, it was just an excuse to go for a little drive. Yesterday, I genuinely nearly fainted. It's like, I don't believe I've ever fainted in my life, certainly. I don't know, unless I've fainted in bed and woke up, but I don't think I have, like that. I've, yeah, been very close to fainting about 5 times in my life, and yesterday was probably one of the closest. I just don't feel good. Mainly insomnia and that again. I was awake for like 4 days straight the other week, and it messes you up, doesn't necessarily catch up with you well, I felt pretty crap there and then, but yeah, sometimes it sort of has it'll creep up on you. So yeah, I just didn't feel good, and it's like, hell, I need to go to bed before I do faint. And taking the Tatarin around here, by the way, like, again, because of the grip, it was a nice drive, to be honest. It was. I'm glad I chose this mission, glad I chose the Tatarin, definitely glad. Even came back here just to grab OG Lo4f, because he likes going for a little trip. And, yeah, it was a good little go, like I said, as well, with the Tatarin. I mean, as you'll see, like, rolling just isn't an issue. The weight of it's... The only times I ever had an issue with rolling the Tatarin was when you steer and you get the two front axles that now stick out. Every now and then, I believe actually it happens to me in my Tatarin review, which was in fact it might be the first review I ever did. You can like catch it on a tree, something that's not going to move, and it's almost like the tyre drives up the tree really quickly and just rolls you. That's the only time I've ever really had an issue. You get odd things like that, but you see, again, that's why I bring a Lo4f, because this Tatarin I think it's got four spare tyres, but it's got 8 tyres in total. With a Lo4f on the roof, I've now got 8 spare tyres, 450 repair points, and I can't remember off the top of my head how much fuel you get with the Tatarin roof rack, but I've got another, well, 200 really with a Lo4f, because 120 in the roof rack and 80 from that as well. So well, again, I don't need an excuse to recommend the Lo4f. If this was dangerously precarious right now, I'd still be like, yep, I'm taking a goddamn horse. Worst case, I'd tow it behind me. You see, on this angle, for example, I could drive to the front of the Tatarin and pack the Lo4f, and then it's like, it'll make its nose have to be planted more. It doesn't mean it's impossible to wheelie, but it'll help encourage them tyres to stay in a position where they're actually going to dig in and turn. And yeah, I still think this is my favourite map of the two, the Dolphin. It's a pretty good looking map, to be fair. I quite like it. Still not sure though. To be honest, even like missing. Yeah, I ended up missing the day before, which I missed the day before just because I had phone calls and stuff to do and whatever. And by the time I'd done them, it was just like, sod it, I'll skip a day. But I was planning to do a video yesterday. I don't normally like to skip 2 in a row. But yeah, I'm not sure there's really going to be enough content to stretch it out all the way to the next phase, but that's one of the reasons why, yeah, it's not the end of the world if I miss a day here. I'd rather miss the odd day here and there than smash it 7 days in a row and then for the last, 2 to 4 weeks got nothing left to do. So a little bit more turning would definitely be nice. Apologies, a little glitch going on there. Always tries to bite me at some point. I really don't. It's not the game. It's the, I don't know, the way the PlayStation saves footage. But it used to do it to me on Call of Duty, which is a pain in the ass because some of the best tomahawk hits, sniper shots I've ever done just glitched. See, little Lo4f goes wiggling around. He's all good. I've only bagged a couple of those checkpoints by now. I think they get a little bit quicker sort of from now on. One other thing as well, I think it'd be nice with the Tatarin that you'll kind of see coming up soon. It'd be cool if you could get a snorkel for it. I know it'd like. I also get ish that if they put a snorkel on it, make it faster and the turning great. The thing's just going to be like OP mode, but that's the thing, it's like, does it matter? I mean, the thing's already pretty bloody OP mode, and I don't drive it a lot because I like me goddamn professional. But yeah, it's like, just if they give me the option doesn't mean I'm gonna abuse it all the time. And yeah, I still like driving other stuff. I just like driving stuff I like driving. It doesn't have to be. I'll admit though, it does, like, certainly the Lo4f is by far my favourite vehicle, but I tend to like driving the Dolphin. The Zix is a new, like, I don't mind taking that out. I think that's probably recently sort of one of the most solid vehicles. I still think, yeah, that Tatra Force and Phoenix are not bad. If you compare it to stuff, I like the Taz, the TUZ16 or whatever it's called, but I don't use it a lot, if you know what I mean. I liked it just doing Jeff's special down the air runway thing on White Valley and jumping off the cliffs, that sort of stuff. But Yeah, it's not high on my list of things to take for a mission, but some people have said in the comments here and there they love that, and it's like, yeah, enjoy it. It's good. It is a mad little truck. I like that it's a mad little thing. It's certainly not useless to me. Yeah, you can see there, like, taking some pretty hefty chunks of damage. Just having a snorkel up to the roof rack would be nice. The engine's obviously at the back of the Tatarin, so as you start going in the water, you don't take much of a hit, but you take some pretty fat hits just as you're going up the bank back out the water, because it now sort of dips your engine down quite a lot in it. You see here, it was me just feathering the throttle there and that, just because the steering was being a little bit iffy, but yeah, not worrying about this thing tipping really. I only edit there because to be honest, I drove on the hill to show you like the whole make the loaf level, and then after I got there I was like, I can't even be asked unpacking the loaf to do it. I was like, sod it, I'll just explain it, and that was it. It's funny as well, that recovery company that sort of was based near me or whatever, I've seen it. I've got a picture. I'll have to put it on the community thing or whatever it's called. They've bought a Derry for, well, obviously, what's it called, an Oshkosh M1040 or something. But yeah, a Derry 4520 as it is in this game. They've gone and got one for real. It looks pretty good. And again, I have no doubt the thing's an absolute beast in real life. It's sad that it doesn't live up to that in this game. But yeah, it was pretty cool seeing it. I made the picture black and white and blanked the name out on that, but I'll put it on there. It drove past, when I've seen it going past my window, I was like, oh man, and I missed it getting a photo, but I knew, like, he'll be back. The yard's here, so they can't really do a lot, so yeah, got it on the way back. And at this point, when you go up this road, I'll just quickly saving the footage here. Yeah, there's a river to cross. It isn't crazy. I mean, you'll see it coming up. I fancied my chances crossing it and all the rest of it. Certainly, if I was in like a dolphin now, the Zix, all that sort of stuff, I don't think it would have been any issue. But it's not an issue in the Tatarin. It's the sort of the lack of snorkel that makes a difference. See, the road just ends, so I don't know. Well, yeah. I don't need a road to tell me I can keep driving forward. It's the road's problem, not mine. Got myself a goddamn horse. Yeah, as you can see, it's not even that much of a deep river. Like a dolphin or something would eat this crossing for breakfast. See, I've only taken like 1 damage as I'm going in, but then now it's sort of dipping that back end in. It's 48. Sorry, there's a tiny glitch there, but basically, it shouldn't have glitched a lot. It doesn't. It normally only glitches like a second or something. I killed the engine, fixed it with the Tatarin repair points. Give it another go. I'm not sure, but I'm stuck on something. I reckon it could be a route or just this map is a little bit trollish for that. I've got the winches but it's connected. It's just being a bit of an awkward sod, so there's not a problem. Tried to do the winch then from the back. It's a shame really. I actually left the autonomous winch on this Tatarin, but I know I don't know. They should just make winches be winches, and it's like, cool, make it a bit of a shorter length if it's autonomous, but you see what I mean? It's like, if it can't pull itself with a winch, then what's the point? May as well not have it. At this point, like, right, get my goddamn horse out. It's time, Loaf. Good brakes. See, just dries these off. It's like, well, I'll quickly repair. I was looking, cause, well, there you go. I mean, 300 points for the engine. That's at the whole roof rack. I was just quickly looking, like, is there anything else I want to fix first before I do that? But there wasn't any point. And I wish they changed this still from last time. Yeah, as I start pulling again, apologies, there's a little glitch. That's not me editing. As I'm pulling the winch, it's not driving the Tatarin, so you'll see in a sec. I just let go of the winch button and it dries out. So yeah, goddamn horse at this point though. See you, Tatarin. I'm off. You can get me back out of my horse now. And yeah, I like to say these days, especially with this new engine. Drop the hammer. Fuck you, tree. See, that's where though, like, I wish you could allocate, say that engine, for example, took 300 points, that's just, like, emptied the roof rack. It'd be nice if you could allocate, you know, give it 100 or whatever, and keep a few spare. I know, again, it's open to abuse, as in, say you damage your suspension fully and it's collapsed, you could just keep fixing it with 1 point, and then when it collapses, you couldn't physically take more than 1 damage then. But yeah, that loaf, see, it's got mates. That loaf's got a full roof rack, so I ain't worried about it. This end here next to the rock, again, I think there's stuff you catch under, but just past the rock, it's I flew the other way through here a couple of days ago in the it was that water tower mission, and I brought the yeah, it was like the Ferrari badge loaf that come and like it was rapid through this section. I only cut it out in the end because I had that much loaf footage in that particular video that I had to make the ultimate sacrifice and cut some of it out. But now I'm going against the current. I don't know why, because then when you get here it's like, well, where the bloody hell's the current coming from? But whatever, they like them currents. He's a polite little loaf. Gotta say hi. Yeah, what have we got? 1 more to go. I can't. Well, I have no doubt I was. Oh no, was that trailer there, or was I responsible for that? It does seem like something I would do, but I don't know if I did. It's like, not today, game. Oh, that was another bloody glitch. Well, we got out of it. We got out of this one as well. One day game, you might, but you probably won't. Loaf's just like, well, yes, but actually no. Or game tries to tip him. He's like, and I took that personally. And he's off. It's not. I've managed it quite a few times, getting a loaf back on the Tatarin, but yeah, that's the thing. I'm in my loaf now, so I don't need it anymore. I'm off. Having a good time, having a ball. Don't stop me now. The other thing, the best example was in the water back a minute ago. Just fire a long range winch out and I'm off. Got it in the bag. Fancied getting on this little dock. Get skinny loaf. He'll make it. Yeah, £4 actually pretty good, really, just for a little drive around the map. It's pretty cool. I don't know why. It's odd that that pays 4, and there's other missions where you got to deliver stuff and all sorts that pays less. But yeah, not sure how they come up with that. Anyway, though, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Get yourself a loaf because it's goddamn professional, and I'll be back soon.